Travis Wayne Goodsell. Because of the filing of the new court case, I get a little bit of a break from my routine. No longer threatened with eviction for the time. As many of you have found out, landlord's given me the big FU. They're not happy I exposed them. And Mormons, if you're upset that people expose your corruption, remember, choose the right, not choose the wrong. Or did you, or maybe the transformation is complete, that it is actually corrupt the righteous now. Where did I first hear that? Was it when I went to Rick's? Or was it when I went to EFY? Or maybe when I moved to Utah? But somewhere, someone came up with corrupt the righteous, and apparently it stuck with Mormons. Yeah, that's cool, man! I'm going to read my Book of Mormon to learn from Antichrist and Korihor. Do they even have a Korihor action figure? Let's find out. It's going to be my picture if I can find an Antichrist Korihor or something like that. LDS Korihor action figure. I got missionaries. I got Lego missionaries. I showed you that one time. Okay, there's Joseph and Nephi. Wow, look at this. A whole pyramid complex with all sorts of Nephites and Lamanites. Wow. Okay, here we go. Is this Jesus action figure? Yeah, that looks like Jesus. Yeah, I can't have Korihor. He's not a faith-promoting character. We need to take him out of the Book of Mormon too. It's not faith-promoting. Lamanites are not faith-promoting. No, I'm not. There's Moses, Mormon, Abish, and then a warrior, but no Korihor. And missionaries, a black and a white one. Yeah, I got the Lego missionaries. The girls too. Girls come with changeable hairstyles and colors. So yes, redhead. That's the obvious choice. And there's Jesus with the fish and the loaves. There are 4 pillars to a happy marriage. Okay, that has nothing to do with Korihor. When your boyfriend decides to go to the U of U instead of BYU. Oh, let's read what this is. I don't know you anymore. You're breaking my heart. You're going down a path I can't follow. It's got a Queen Amidala, and she's talking to Darth Vader. Okay, there's Antichrist. There's Korihor story. Korihor LDS. He's got the coat of many colors. It's from the old children's reader. Oh, there's from the Book of Mormon videos. A couple scenes there. What kind of hairstyles are those? Those are modern American Western culture styles, not ancient styles. Korihor and the modern Antichrist. That's kind of a cool pick. Read article now. Okay, well I can just trim off that bottom portion. So, sorry kids, you can't reenact the Bible stories or Book of Mormon stories because they don't have the bad characters. They don't have Laman or Lemuel. Or, Gadianton robbers, Kishkumen, Gadianton, King Noah, the wicked priests. Sorry, they're not faith promoting. Do you see how it turns out, Mormons? When you exclude everything you consider negative, then you have no storyline. I'm watching movies today. Chill Factor, what was the one before it? It was also in the C collection. Can't remember. Oh yeah, Contact. The original one, not the 2014 version. And yeah, there's villains. In Contact, the villains are regular people who, speculation throughout the whole thing. And she's not a real scientist. I'm sorry. You don't say, well, it could be this, or it could be that. Oh, well, then it could be this. And we're going to act on our speculations. And 21 minutes of blank audio? 21 minutes. Blank video, blank recording. And they didn't want to tell her. They let her believe that she's some psychopath now. And she goes on with her speculation life. I mean, yeah, I understand, we gotta have God enforced upon aliens. You don't want scientists speaking to your God. The wacko Mormon in the story. It was Penguich, I believe it was. Well, if scientists are able to speak with God, then that means you, as the leader of your flock, are not capable of speaking to God. So yeah, if anybody can speak to God, we might as well let them. Mormons. So yeah, everybody's recusing themselves now, as is appropriate, since one of their own is going down in flames in this lawsuit as a terrorist of the Illuminati. So yeah, nobody wants to get involved. I don't want to be involved in the terrorist Illuminati. Yeah, that's what the church is all about. I ain't getting involved. But yeah, we already have somebody doing the typical thing. But what I'm kind of concerned about, Mormons, is that the Book of Mormon exposes Lucifer's evil playbook. You don't believe that, Mormons? There's 4 of you, isn't it? Or yeah, it's 4. 4 Mormons disagree. No, Travis, it doesn't expose Lucifer. Really? Mormons don't believe in the Book of Mormon, huh? You don't believe in Joseph Smith. I guess you are terrorists. You are Illuminati. You are of Korahor. Because that's what this is showing. I even put the thumbs down for foolish Illuminati, false LDS Church virgins. And I use virgins because of the parable of the virgins, the 10 virgins, 5 were wise, 5 were foolish. But are they really virgins? Because the Book of Mormon calls them whores. So they're no longer virgins. Yes, that's right, Mormons. The Book of Mormon calls you whores. And if you're going down to Las Vegas during the weekend in between BYU sessions catching coronavirus, as the news was reporting yesterday, over 100 cases of coronavirus at BYU alone, which means they've passed it on to 10 friends, and they've passed it on to 10 friends, and so on, and so on, and so on. Oh man, Joseph Smith predicted this. He knew because of William Morgan coming to Joseph Smith Sr.'s Masonic Lodge in Canandaigua, New York. They knew the whole plot. They had it planned. So yes, let's go over it again, Mormons, because apparently you don't care, because you are the Illuminati. We are Illuminati. We are... Oh yeah, and Lady and the Tramp, Siamese cats, singing the song. We are Siamese if you please. We are Siamese if you don't please. I hear a baby. Where there be baby, there'll be milk nearby. Alrighty, here we go. In verse 31, and there shall be men standing in that generation, not women. Oh, no, no, don't do it, don't say it, no, keep going. That shall not pass until they shall see an overflowing scourge, for a desolating sickness shall cover the land. How did they know? It's prophecy. No, it was William Morgan. Came to Joseph Smith Sr. because he was the Master Mason of Canandaigua Lodge, New York. Fellow York Rites members. And so Joseph Smith Sr. was involved in taking over the writing of what became the name of the Book of Mormon. And he had to encode it. But yeah, right in the beginning, after Joseph Jr. lost the first 116 pages from Sidney Rigdon, losing his gift of translation. Shame on you, son. I am shamed. Senior is pissed. Go back and reread section 3 of the Doctrine and Covenants. It's not the Lord. It's the Lord of the Manor. He is pissed. You gave it to a wicked man? I don't care if your firstborn died. This is the fate of human race. And you lost them to a wicked man? Because if you don't know your church history and you're not listening to my videos on real LDS history, Joseph joined the Methodists when his son died and losing 116 pages after the 1820 first vision where Jesus said, all of Christianity are an abomination in my sight. Don't you dare join any of them. They draw near to me with their lips and their hearts are far from me. And so yes, he goes and joins the Methodists in his time of sorrow. And Father is pissed. And so in 1838, Joseph forgets that little detail. He also forgets, or maybe it was on purpose, because the history seems to be encoded as well. But he puts Harmony, Susquehanna River, Pennsylvania. No. Susquehanna is where you and your new eloped wife and her parents had to flee to because the Methodists kicked you out of their church and the community, which belonged to them in Harmony. Methodists founded Harmony. Only Methodists were allowed in Harmony. And so, since Emma had eloped with that glass looker who was arrested in 1826, yeah, they didn't allow him in anymore and banished him. And so the family had to go too. Way to go, Joseph. Making all sorts of mistakes. And then you have John Dehlin said, "Oh, Joseph loved reading Captain Kidd. Therefore, that's where the Book of Mormon came from, and his rocks in a hat." No, Joseph had nothing to do with the Book of Mormon. He only had one job: to take what was given to him by Sidney Rigdon, fool Martin Harris, because Martin Harris has the money, but he's also an anti-Mason. And so when they first tried using what William Morgan had written through Oliver Cowdery, who was helping him with the transfer to copper plates, you have to have it written down on parchment, and then you take the parchment and put it on copper plates. And so Oliver Cowdery was hired by the Batavian Press to do that. So he was with Sidney at first, and then was involved, he was first involved with William Morgan, then went and helped Sidney Rigdon. Because Sidney Rigdon was unable to do his own writings since he fell as a child off a horse. Was it off a horse, or did he just? I think he just fell. It was somebody else that fell off a horse. But or was it the? Yeah, I think it was I think it was the Martin Harris pageant that I went to, where they talked about somebody falling off a horse. Can't remember. Anyway, yeah, he hurt his head, and from then on, he couldn't write his own sermons. And so when they did the computer analysis of the Book of Mormon, they found that Sidney Rigdon is the author of the Book of Mormon, for the most part, except for the 116 pages at the beginning. And then they can't figure out who's the author of the 116 pages. Because Smith Sr. and his dream of the Tree of Life, which is Egyptian and Jewish mysticism, is a part of 116 pages, replacing what Joseph Smith ruined. So yeah, it was William Morgan at first, but since Martin Harris caught on, hey, I'm not comfortable with this as a committee member of the anti-Masons, after that William Morgan incident. You guys don't know anything about that, do you? No, not at all. I don't know what you're talking about. William Morgan? Oh, wasn't he that guy that disappeared? Fled the country, I understand. Or he's dead, murdered by those evil Masons. Yeah, and so... yeah, so Sidney Rigdon in Ohio has the papers sent to Joseph Smith at Harmony, north of Pittsburgh, not Susquehanna. And then he was supposed to take those pages once he finishes them with Martin Harris, letting Martin Harris believe he's helping. That's why the curtain doesn't want him seeing that it's already written and that he's just recopying it, and then send it off to his father at the farm with the Coopersmith shop. And the Coopersmith shop was where he was building barrels. I had to correct myself on this because I thought it was a coppersmith. I didn't see that it was a double O. And so I found out I had to do whole research on Coopersmith shops. Had no idea what they were. It's barrel making. And learned that for fruits and vegetables you can have metal, but you can't have metal with gunpowder. Sparks, catches fire, not good. So for gunpowder you use copper, or you use regular wood. But knowing about the whole background, yeah, that's how Joseph Smith Sr. was able to justify bringing in copper to his Coopersmith shop, and thus, having learned forgery with Justice Winchell, who joined the New Israelites, taught them how to forge, and so, yeah, he was able to make plates for the print press of the parchment that Joseph was supposed to deliver after. Yeah, but there was just too much masonry in William Morgan's version, and so Sidney Rigdon, as you can read in the section 3 and 10 of the Doctrine and Covenants, that they decided, oh, okay, well, talking with Sidney Rigdon, Sidney says he has this other manuscript that the guy died and left it, it's unpublished. We'll use that as the template for telling the William Morgan story of warning to America about the Illuminati. You know, if Mormons aren't interested in the real, true church history, why are you Mormon? You'd rather believe in Fantasyland stuff? Seriously? No, it destroys my faith. It's not faith promoting, Travis. Oh, saving America is not faith promoting? Really? I kind of like to see that movie. But yeah, there's the title of this video. LDS Church history is not faith promoting. I hope I can fit it on the 2 lines. So I can have LDS Last Days Exodus. Just, yeah. So, lawsuit, RICO terrorists. It's that simple. I found it online, because I never bothered to open it. He said that I was using ad hominems as my arguments. Really? Ad hominems. That's what he calls the inverted pentagram? Ad hominems? Seriously? So yes, my filing, in not knowing his reasoning, was actually right on target. Judge Waddups called the inverted pentagrams that I pointed out as ad hominem. And so this is adding Waddups as a co-conspirator terrorist of the Illuminati, of whom the inverted pentagram represents. Take that, ad hominem. Shove it where the sun don't shine. Church is going down one way or the other. And if it's not by me, God's doing a pretty good job. You know, the Magna earthquake, knocking down the Horn of Moroni. Then you had Nelson's birthday gift from God. He had a very great birthday. A very happy birthday. And there are 3 people who didn't like that video. People are still without power. We're on day 5. Dear God, they had to bring in extra crews from other states. They had to bring in the National Guard. There's no helping hands of Mormons. Nelson isn't getting up and saying, hey, I need to do something here. This is my people. I'm the shepherd of the flock. Nothing. It's because he's a terrorist.